What up, everybody? It's Redskin Review here. I figure it's better late than never for making some playoff predictions and just talking about the playoffs in general. First things first, though, we got to go through some Redskins news. Not a lot of good news. If you're a Redskin fan and you want change to come to the football team, it's not looking like it's happening. The only thing that we've done so far is we let our special teams coach go and interview with another team, and then he accepted that job. So that's it. That's all we've done. And our special teams was not bad, and it wasn't that good either, So looking at what we've done so far, it doesn't look good. It looks like we're literally just keeping the same guys that we got. And like I said, if you're a Redskin fan and you want change, it's not looking good. A lot of the best coaches out there are already getting jobs with other teams, and we're sitting by. And even if we do make changes, it's not like we have a lot of good candidates out there to go get anyway. So not looking good on that front. But let's get into some of the playoff stuff. I'm going to go over last week's games and just talk about some of them first. The Colts beat the Texans. This is a game I got right. I thought that was going to happen. We'll get into Andrew Luck and the Colts a little bit more later. But the Dallas Cowboys beating the Seahawks, it definitely was not a shocker to me that the Cowboys won that game. But if I was a betting man, I would have put my money on Seattle. They've been playing pretty well. Leading into the playoffs, a couple of their last games, they looked really good, and they got some of the guys who have playoff experience. So I just would have given them the nod there, but I just was not. I wasn't shocked by the Cowboys winning that game. Moving on to the Chargers beating Baltimore. This was actually kind of a shock to me. I thought the Ravens were just going to do what they did in the first game and just pound the rock and just keep running the football and running the football and running the football, and the Chargers might not be able to stop it. But apparently they regrouped, figured out what they needed to do to stop the run, and then Baltimore was not really running the football, and then they got down early. So then, yeah, I don't know. If I was a Ravens fan, I wouldn't be too happy with Lamar Jackson. Might be looking to maybe draft a quarterback late and try to develop another quarterback at the same time. Just because RG3 also has injury concerns. But if I was actually, a coach or something like that on the Ravens, I would have been trying to start RG3 because, in my opinion, the difference between Lamar Jackson and RG3 is RG3 actually has an arm. He has a really good arm. If he utilizes it, if he decides and chooses to utilize his arm, he's got one. Lamar Jackson is just wildly inaccurate at times. And you saw what happens. If you shut down the run, that's it. The Ravens went down by a good amount of points early, and they fought and battled back, but it was just way too late. If they can get some better pieces around them, I don't know. Maybe they would do better, but still, I wouldn't be too happy with what I've seen out of Lamar Jackson when it comes up versus crunch time and some of these better teams around the league who know how to stop the run and stuff like that. They kind of countered what the Ravens like to do, and that was it then for the Ravens. And then another one that I got wrong. I thought the Bears might beat the Eagles. Now, this is another game that if I found out the Eagles won, it would not shock me. And that's going to be a trend throughout the entire playoffs. These NFC East teams, man, it's not going to be a shocker to me if they continue to win. It's just not going to be a shocker to me. These are teams, the Eagles and the Cowboys. If they lost to tomorrow or whatever, or today, if they lost, it wouldn't be a shocker to me. And if they won, it wouldn't be a shocker to me. And that's actually kind of dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be in that territory where I'm not sitting here just saying, oh, the Cowboys, they're going to lose, they're going to choke, or oh, the Eagles, they're not good enough. They're, they did this or that, or if they didn't, have that field goal missed or whatever, they would have lost or whatever. It doesn't matter. They're still in that territory. Both those teams are in that territory where it would not surprise me if they find a way to win. And that's the product that the NFC East is putting out. Just to go back and think about it, at the beginning of the season, the Redskins had a 5-2 record. Looked like they were going to be the ones to take off and win the division. And then you look at, 2 broken legs on quarterbacks and half the team on IR later. We could have there could have been 3 teams in the playoffs from the NFC East this year, and this is a division people like to clown on. And all year long, there was people talking about how bad the NFC East was. Now, they got a ticket to the party, and like I said, they're at the point to where it wouldn't shock me. I wouldn't be completely shocked if they won more games in the playoffs. So, but yeah, the Bears game. The reason why I thought the Bears might have the nod in that game was because of their defense. If you look at some of the games they played leading up to the playoffs, their defense looked really good at times. So, I just thought that was going to be too much for the Eagles. And if you look at the game and, looking back at it, the Bears defense actually was the best unit in that football game. They were the most dominating force in that football game. It came down to the missed field goal. I don't care if you want to sit here and say, oh, the Eagles, they got a handle on the kick or they blocked the kick. Come on, man. We all knew once Doug Peterson iced that kicker who's been missing field goals all year long, we all knew it was going to happen. You iced that dude, and yeah, we seen the writing on the wall. As soon as he got iced, we were like, yep, here comes the missed kick. And then guess what? Missed kick. So I don't really give a shit if you want to sit here and say, oh, the Eagles actually got a handle on the football. We all knew that shit was going to miss once they iced them. So I'm not going to give the Eagles credit for that. I thought, like I said, the best unit in that game was the Bears defense. So if the Eagles have to go up against another defense like that, who knows what could happen. So let's go on to the games today and tomorrow. The Colts are playing the Chiefs here in about 30 minutes. And I'm going to go with the upset, man. I'm going to go with the Colts here, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, Patrick Mahomes this, Patrick Mahomes that. But I've seen enough healthy Andrew Luck to know how dangerous the man is. And yes, that's, an asterisk next to his name, if he's healthy. If he's healthy. But it looks like he's pretty damn healthy right now, and that team comes together and plays as a team, even though they don't have all the talent that you would need to go. You would think you would need to go super far. They're playing as one solid unit, and Andrew Luck is healthy, in my opinion, more healthy than he's been in a long time. So I think that's dangerous. And Patrick Mahomes, I know everyone loves Patrick Mahomes and this and that, but I just see the upset today. I think the Colts find a way to win, and I just don't think it's Patrick Mahomes' time yet. All right, I could be wrong. Who knows? We'll see. But I think there's going to be an upset in that game. I think Andrew Luck continues to do what he's been doing and rallying his football team to continue. And then we have the Dallas game versus the Rams, and this is a hard game to pick. And as much as all year long, if you were to ask me what was the best team in the league this year, a lot of people would say the Saints. I would have to try to sit here and say the Rams. I think the Rams are the better football team, and I still think the Rams win today. But as I told you guys, it wouldn't shock me if Dallas found a way to be more physical and win the game. That's what they would need to do. They need to be physical with the Rams, and maybe they can win. But I just don't know. Sean McVay and the Rams have had all week, a week off to sit here and watch the Dallas Cowboys game last week and watch them play. They've had extra time to sit here and chop things up. Sean McVay is a genius. I just don't know if Dallas can overcome letting Sean McVay and the Rams have a week off to sit there and plan and get ready for this game. I just think it's going to be too much for them. But as I said, I already told you guys, wouldn't surprise me if the Cowboys find a way to be more physical and win that football game. And then tomorrow, New England is playing the Chargers. New England's going to win. I don't even need to. I mean, I don't want to see. I don't want to see the Patriots win, but I think that's going to be a win for them. I like Phillip Rivers. The guy's put in his due. The guy deserves a ring, in my opinion. But I just don't know. I just don't think that team is going to it's kind of just like what I just explained to you. I don't think the Chargers are going to find a way to outsmart and outcoach and outplay the Patriots after the Patriots have had time off just sitting around waiting for that game. I just don't see that happening. I would love for the Chargers to win that game, but I don't see it happening. And then later we have the Eagles at New Orleans. Now, I guess out of these games, the Colts and Chiefs game and the Eagles game and New Orleans game are probably going to be the closer of the games. So it could go either way, but I don't know, man. You're talking about Drew Brees versus Nick Foles, and it's hard to not be a Nick Foles fan, and what he's done and came back. He got kicked off of his last team, and then he goes back and he wins a Super Bowl. Now he's finding a way to come back. And yes, I'll say it right here now, Nick Foles is a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. But you know why? Because Nick Foles doesn't get hurt. So that's that. And I think, even if the Eagles go to the Super Bowl this year, or they don't and they lose the game tomorrow or whatever, they're probably going to let Nick Foles go. But who knows? He did enough for the football team, and maybe they really do want to just go with Carson Wentz as their future guy and say, hey, we had success, but we need to start looking elsewhere and start building on the team elsewhere, because people are going to want money or something like that, and you don't want to pay Nick Foles. But Nick Foles is the superior quarterback yet again, in my opinion. And who knows? He's done crazy shit before. Maybe he beats New Orleans. Maybe he doesn't. But if I was a betting man, I'd have to say New Orleans is going to win that football game. And that's just kind of my quick thoughts about the playoffs. Let me know what you guys think. What games did you guys get wrong last weekend? Like I said, I think there's this weekend, I think there's 2 games that could be pretty close and could go either way. But then I think New Orleans just smashes the Colt or the Jesus, I can't even talk. The freaking Chargers. I brought up so many different names there, but and then I think the Rams, I think they could also just squash the Dallas Cowboys. So those are my predictions. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Hail to the Redskins. Peace.